Should be good, Matt.
All right. All right, next on the agenda is public comment. I didn't receive any requests. Dr. Granville, nothing? Anybody in the audience wishing to give public comment? No? All right. Item number 4, district travel plans. You want to start that?
Yeah, so this is kind of a unique one because it's a joint proposal with Spanish Department and Music Department. We have representatives from the team to talk a little bit about the proposal, and should be interesting. So come on up.
I'm Elizabeth Manns, and I teach Spanish at the high school.
I'm Marie Bomberry, and I teach Spanish at the middle and high school.
I'm Robin Madison. I teach 6th through 12th choir, and Eric, who teaches band, couldn't be here today because we had a different district music meeting this evening.
So we are proposing a trip to Spain for both the Spanish and music departments in 2027 over spring break. And we, as a Spanish department, have been traveling every 2 years with kids. So we went to Costa Rica this summer and then 2 years prior. And the reason that we're thinking about joining up with music this time is because they've been wanting to go on an international trip in 2027 or 2028. We have a lot of kids that are in both of our classes, and so we thought rather than making those students choose one trip or the other if they're interested, or trying to pay for both trips because they are pricey, combining so that there's one opportunity that they are able to get both things out of that. So kind of our whys about going on this trip, we'll start with Spanish.
So a trip to Spain, we're hoping that students can connect and grow within different content areas, that they can apply knowledge and skills to real-life applications, use their Spanish, build upon their personal passions to a global community, increase their global awareness, engage in a diverse opportunity with self-discovery, and then recognize and adapt to new opportunities.
Then choir.
So for choir, the plan would be to perform at one point while we're in Spain. I'm looking into different performance opportunities at different historic places in Spain. So that would be one of our biggest whys, is to prepare for a performance in a new context and a historic venue. We would also be planning to do learning about like the Spanish regional music leading up to the trip, so they can learn about it beforehand, experience it beforehand, and then see it in person too. And then for Eric's reasons for Spain, him and I, band and choir, are at the same time, so we would be coming up with some sort of content to teach together for the Spain trip. So with that, his whys, he has a lot here. So being exposed to Spanish culture, language, and history through music and the local interaction, broadening the music's repertoire by exploring Spanish music and flamenco. We do have in the plans to see a live flamenco performance. Seeing the different role in Spanish culture and comparing it to what we have here where we live. Visiting culturally significant sites to enhance understanding of art, architecture, and their influence on music, and then also strengthening the band unity. So taking a trip like this, preparing and rehearsing for a trip like this, really helps with the overall collaboration of the choir and music groups. So, yeah.
So for the past 2 trips to Costa Rica, we used a company called Explorica, and it was a wonderful trip, but there were a couple things that happened on the trip that were like, oh, I wonder, what it would be like if we tried a different company. So I had gotten some recommendations from other teachers outside of the district for Passports educational travel. So they have over 30 years of experience. One big thing with them is they focus on getting centrally located hotels, which is a big deal just because every day you're not spending time going in and out of the city in the morning and at night. And then they just have more bang for their buck. So all of the tipping is included. There's no on-tour upselling, which did happen on our last trip. They have a travel protection package, and overseas medical coverage. All of that is included in the cost that we'll show you, versus on our previous trips, those were things that were added on after the fact. So where we would be going, Madrid and Barcelona, Spain. It would take place over spring break 2027, so we don't have to decide those dates until obviously we have our school calendar for next year. And then the price is $4,297. That price will go up, unfortunately, by $250 after October 15th. So we're hoping to be able to enroll some students that know that they really want to go on this trip before that deadline so that they can get that discount. Things that are included, so this would be a private tour, which means that we would not be combined with any other schools. Our previous trips, we were combined with other schools, and it's just kind of nice. You have more flexibility when you're the only school there. The price would decrease slightly if we have more than 24 students enroll. It includes round-trip airfare and all of our transportation while we're in Spain. Centrally located hotels with 3 students per room. All breakfasts and dinners are included, so students would have to purchase their own lunches. That's kind of the norm with these types of trips in Europe, but honestly, they can get lunch for like between $5 and $10. It's really inexpensive in Spain. It would have the travel protection plan and then 1 chaperone for every 6 students. Here's a brief itinerary. I do have like a more detailed one that I'm happy to share if anyone's interested. But the first couple days we would be arriving in Madrid and just being able to explore. Then we would do sightseeing, an excursion to Toledo, which is a nearby city, and the flamenco dinner and show. Day 4, we would have free time in Madrid. Anytime that there's free time, like our chaperones are gonna be with students. We're not just gonna let them go off on their own, so that'll be with chaperones. Day 5, then we will travel to Barcelona. Barcelona sightseeing, and then we will have some free time there, and then we end up flying home. So as Robin mentioned, once we know how many choir students are going, she is looking to coordinate a performance to take place while we're there. What questions do you have for us?
I have a couple.
Okay.
Well, so what ages would this be for? What grades? So this
Yeah.
is spring of 27?
Yep.
Current sophomores?
So for our Spanish requirements is we are requiring them to complete Spanish 2. And we would love for them to continue with Spanish after the fact, but we are gonna allow any student that has completed Spanish 2 or next year is enrolled in Spanish 2, they'll be able to come. So for us, it'll be sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
For choir, and I believe band as well, we will be taking the freshmen of next year for that.
So it's really to this year's sophomores and freshmen. Because by the time we get there, seniors are out, juniors are out too, right?
Well, so this
Or juniors
year's
would be just,
freshmen, sophomores, and juniors.
juniors would just be finishing.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. How does this impact, so I know it's totally voluntary, but you're gonna tie it to curriculum. How does it impact a student from a curriculum standpoint if they don't attend? Like you're gonna teach some stuff, right, through your curriculum. Is there any negative impact on a student that doesn't go on the trip? Okay, and then my last question, would the band perform as well?
The band will not have a performance.
Okay, so how are you gonna haul instruments and?
Yeah, no, they will
That,
not.
that was Eric's reason.
Yeah.
He said it's extremely expensive to like bring everything over.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got. Other questions?
I just think it's fabulous that you are combining the Spanish kids with the music kids. What a great opportunity and wonderful that they can all go on one trip and not have to choose. That's awesome, thank you.
Is there a price discount because you're expecting a higher volume with that group, or is that what it is?
So if there's more than, this number is based on like, it's a range of like 20 to 24 students going. And if there's more than 24, it decreases slightly, but it's only like $80. It's not much, but it's a little something.
How does this price compare to past years? Is it more bang for the buck with this new?
Yeah, so This trip is more expensive than our Costa Rica trip, but I mean, flying to Europe in general is more expensive. But I would say when I was looking at other travel companies, this one definitely was more bang for your buck. And just it includes a lot of the things that with other companies you have to pay extra on top of that cost that you're already paying. So more money gets added onto that initial price tag, and we're not anticipating that happen, which is good, so.
Any other questions? All right, so no action tonight. This will come back in 2 weeks to approve the trip, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Shut down. All right, item number 5, superintendent report.
All right, thank you. So we've just got a couple things, wanted to keep it brief, obviously, with all the other stuff we have going on tonight. So 2 referendum invoices, and you can see those are just the regularly scheduled payments, no surprises there. Things are moving really, really well. You've noticed there's no trailer on site anymore, so that's nice. We've got a lot of parking back, everything is looking really good. If you would get in again to the PAC from when we went on the tour, it's remarkable. A lot of change, everything, they're on final details now. So we're totally on schedule for the grand opening, a lot of fun stuff scheduled there. I wanna also say that Market Johnson has been wonderful addressing some of the issues we just talked about earlier. They've been very responsive, very helpful, make sure that we've got everything in place that we need to keep the site secure. That's all I've got on that. Any questions on that one? All right, so enrollment update. There's been a lot of change in enrollment, and not in the direction we'd like to see it. The last 2 weeks, it's been more outs than ins. That's not necessarily atypical, because people, if you think about being a family, you're gonna go to school and you're moving to a new community, you're gonna make sure you're registered and all set in your new community. Telling the community that you're leaving might be an afterthought. So that ends up lagging a little bit. Still up a little bit, but I wanna make something really clear on this, because we're gonna be looking at enrollment from a couple different ways. This enrollment view is looking at strictly where did we start the year by cohort. So like last year's 3rd graders, let's look at them at 4th graders, how did that number change? When we look year over year, and we will be doing that as part of the budget hearing and annual meeting, enrollment will be down because we are graduating far more students than we're bringing in right now in our younger grades. We have about 4 more years of significantly higher numbers that will be graduating. So we'll have to have in-migration meaning students moving into our district, of somewhere between 25 and 30 just to break even as we're graduating those higher classes. Unless all of a sudden next year we see JK numbers spike and with a big jump. But just be prepared for that we'd expect flat or modest growth, just like we heard from our applied population study. So hopefully we can turn things around immediately. One of the most direct things we will be doing, it's already happened in previous years, but we're gonna stay on it, and that is studying open enrollment trends, because we are net negative open enrollment. That's the one area where we have a little bit more control. What we know we can do, it's easier to stop open enrollment out from continuing. It's difficult once a family makes a choice to open enroll out, it's difficult to bring them back. They get comfortable and they get used to the system. But we're gonna continue to study that, and not just look student by student, but look at trends. Like, what are we seeing? What are the reasons? And when we gather the information, we do break it down to the reasons. We reach out to the family, and hopefully they're willing to share why they made the choice they made. And then we can use that information to improve our practices. But that's where we are at this point in the year.
Any questions on enrollment? All right, thanks.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Item number 6, this is a Neola technical correction to policy 9150. There's no change other than that technical piece. Lori or Danny, anything you want to add?
No substantial change, no significant change to the policy at all.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions at all about it? We don't need approval, it's here for notification at least. This is one that Neola said, hey, we need to update this, so they did, and it's on the agenda. No questions? Okay. Item number 7, consent agenda. Does anybody want to make a motion to approve any or all of that?
I'll make a motion to approve the personnel update, the athletics activities personnel update, and the donation as presented.
Motion by Lori, is there a second? Second by Bruce, any discussion?
Well, just thank you to Corey and CNA Lawn Care and Rick Mulvey for their generous donation.
I agree with that. Any other discussion? All right, hearing none, there's a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 8 is general information. September 22nd will be a regular session meeting at 6 o'clock right here in this building. There'll be a listening session 30 minutes prior. We encourage anybody to please attend and have a conversation with the board member. Item number 9, district celebrations. Steve, can I start with you since you're across the table?
Nothing this week.
Perfect. Corey?
Just I was excited to see the virtual learning program website come live and just look forward to hearing more about that. It's excited it's there. Excited about these toys.
Great. Ian?
I just hope everybody's getting settled in and having a great year.
Lori?
I've been hearing lots of excited families about the beginning of the school year and how well it's going, and from staff as well.
Bruce?
I think there's something happening at the school every night this week other than Wednesday for extracurriculars, so come on over. There's football tonight, tomorrow, and volleyball on Thursday, pretty sure, and then football game home on Friday.
Danny?
Sounds like the football plaza celebration went really well, and I'm really looking forward to the 9/11, what is it, Spartan Hero?
Spartan Hero Day, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Great. And myself, I've got nothing else to add other than what's been said already, so. Thanks, everybody. I will take a motion to adjourn while we wait for the 7 o'clock budget meeting.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion by Corey, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Steve, any discussion? All in favor? Meeting's adjourned at 6:39.